Hey, this is Stacey Rogers. How are you guys today? Usually you'll see me on here talking about makeup. I am going to be putting on my makeup while I'm talking to you, but I started something a while back, a little introduction, and I didn't really get to come back to it about who I am, what I do, pardon me, why I'm here. I don't edit, so that cough's going to stay in there. It's all right. It's early in the morning. I haven't talked much. But I wanted to kind of give you some idea about who I am and why, I don't know, why anything I says matters. And maybe it doesn't, and that's okay, because the world is full of opinions. Mine is just one of them. And, but I know I have people who ask me things a lot. They ask me how I do the things that I do. And I'm going to kind of go through that, and then I'm going to back up to my, probably not in this video, but I'm going to back up to some of the health things that I struggle with and why I chose the path that I chose, and why that matters. So hang on and listen, watch, I don't know, turn me off, whatever you want to do. So if you subscribe, cool. Thanks. Awesome. I appreciate that. It doesn't really do anything for me at this point because, I'm just a girl talking on YouTube. But here's the thing. So I own currently 4 businesses, and I did own 6, but I sold 2 of my businesses here recently. And they're all very different businesses. So, of course, most of you get that I am a Mary Kay sales director. And so that's my main bread and butter job. I'm sitting in my other business, which is a wedding and event center venue. And so we're doing 2 events today, where I'm actually doing a Mary Kay event and I'm doing a graduation party happening at the same time, which is really fun. And then the third one that I have is called Kids Closet. It's a nationwide franchise, and it's at KCC, and it is a pop-up consignment sale that happens several times a year in a location. It's a franchise opportunity, so different owners own different sales across the United States. I believe we currently have 26, and we are growing. And so they're very different businesses. One is, the part that I do is very not hands-on, but I do own my own physical sale that I actually run, and then I sell the franchises basically across the United States, and then work with those owners on their, on the things that they need for their sale. Then, of course, Mary Kay, very much centered on, beauty and skincare. I've been doing this for 9 years, and it's the longest I've ever stayed with any business company, whether it was brick and mortar, whether it was a sales opportunity, whether it doesn't matter, whatever it was. This is the longest I've ever stayed with a business. With a company, and I adore it. There's a lot of hate that goes around for quote unquote multi-level, which we're not, but there's a lot of hate that goes around for direct selling companies. But I've looked at a lot of them. I don't like a lot of them. I'll be very honest about that. But Mary Kay stands head and shoulders above the rest for a lot of reasons. And so the integrity, the fact that they're a family-owned company, they were designed for women to have an opportunity. I could go on and on, but I really just love the company in general, and everything that they stand for. So, and I love the products. So prior to Mary Kay, I didn't wear any makeup or do skincare. And so, I had to learn everything. I had to figure everything out. I know this camera angle is terrible. I apologize, guys. but I, I I got to learn stuff along the way about skincare, about makeup, and to be able to help people with what they need. And so that's been a lot of fun. And then, of course, the event venue, totally a ton of work and lots of manual labor. Um, and probably definitely the one that takes up the majority of my time. And so, um, but it's a lot of fun as well because you're doing events, you're getting to do all the fun things in life. Now we do some of the sad things in life too. We have memorials and things like that here, but for the most part, we're doing the fun things in life, and I really enjoy that. So I enjoy people. I am definitely what you would call a serial entrepreneur, and I'm always looking for a great opportunity. In fact, my husband is getting ready to launch one of his businesses. He is not an entrepreneur. I've made him into an entrepreneur over the last few years, but that was definitely it's business is not his strong suit. Doing the work is his strong suit, and so he's going to be working on some new things too. So we're very excited for those opportunities to be available to us. So a little bit about why I do this. I have 3 kids, and they're all fully grown now. But when they were growing up, I am now in like the best health of my entire life. But when I was raising my boys, I was in very poor health. I was not doing well. Working and taking care of a family at the same time was an immense struggle. I had difficult pregnancies, had lots of undiagnosed issues that have since been diagnosed, thankfully. So at least some have treatment and some do not, but at least I'm aware of them, and so I can do behavior modification to keep from having symptoms. So, and we'll talk about those later. I have lots of journeys that I've been on during my life. So at 50, I'm in the best shape of my entire life. My children are grown. I have one grandchild, a granddaughter, and but other than that, we're kind of footloose and fancy free, And but I feel like I feel better personally than I did when I was in my 30s raising my kids. When I was 28, I had my youngest, and that is actually when I exited the workforce. More or less, I went back for a couple years here and there to do some things, but I really exited the workforce as far as full-time employment at that point because I was having such a difficult pregnancy. And I actually started my first job. I still own it, and it is selling books on Amazon. And I've done that for over 20 years. And I love that as well. I will not ever stop that, much to my husband's chagrin. He would love for me to stop that any day now. But I have about 3,000 books in my basement that are listed. At my highest peak, I had about 10,000. And we were actually going to move to like a warehouse and do some different things like that. And just life, because of my health and everything, just got in the way, and that did not occur. But that is a business. I had books listed on Amazon when books is all Amazon sold. So that will give you an idea of how long I've been with Amazon and how long I've been an entrepreneur. I was an entrepreneur before that, but I'll go into that later on another video when I started, realizing that I was good in sales, I was good in business, and I should probably work for myself. And so I sold books on Amazon. That is what took me out of the workforce, and I did that. I've done that now for 20 years. And even today, where I really don't do anything, I don't touch it at all pretty much, it still makes me about $2,000 a year in pure profit that I I don't have anything to do with. So I don't touch anything. I just, when something sells, I just box it up and, or put it, package it up and get it ready to ship. And it's all paid for by the customer. So I don't buy books. So if you have books that you want to get rid of, I take them for free because most people don't buy books anymore. And I take them in bulk. So then, I did that. That's what took me out of the workforce and brought me into a stay-at-home mom position, really, where I got to stay home, take care of my children, take care of my health. It was good and bad at the same time because I was not in a great place emotionally or health-wise. And so I was not the best mom that I could be because I was sick. And I've always said this, hurt people, and I was hurting, so I wasn't the best mother for my children during that time. Thankfully, they're grown up, and I'm a great mom now. I like to have fun with them. We go and do stuff, which is great. But I wasn't the best mom back then because of my health, and so thankfully, a lot of those things have been resolved. Or at least identified and able to be worked on. But like I said, I'll go into some of those another time. But that was really that was 2003 that I exited the workforce and began working from home, finding different opportunities to work from home, finding different ways to earn money from home. I did go back into the workforce a couple times for the post office and for the really the post office twice, and then I went to go see if I needed to enter the workforce again after my last kiddo went to high school and my husband was in Canada and my mom had passed away. So I was like literally just kind of like floundering around, like, what do I do now? And went back to work for about 3 months and realized that was stupid. I don't want to be working like this. I want to be working for myself. And 3 months later, I was a sales director with Mary Kay. So I think that when you put your mind to something, it is what takes shape and takes root and can happen. And so more of the content that you're going to see from me in the future weeks is how I did that. If eventually, I get paid for talking about this stuff, sweet. But in my opinion, this is information that is useful and can benefit others. And that is my life's work, is to help others be the best that they can be, to be excellent, to be able to excel, whether they're a mom, a stay-at-home mom, whether they are in the workforce, whether they are trying to be an entrepreneur, whether they are an entrepreneur, whether they are deciding whether they can handle multiple businesses. I think that this is information that should be shared with people in the hopes that it helps, inspires, and encourages other people to go live their dream. So that's my life's work, is to do what I'm doing right now, which is to encourage people. And I've seen my own children benefit from me being that entrepreneur thought process. They don't think the same way. They're always thinking of other ways to make money, which I admire greatly. And I think that it will benefit them in the future, well after I am gone. So, so this video, I didn't want it to go very long. It's going to be about 15 minutes. But in future videos, of course, you're going to see things about Mary Kay. You might see a random pretty picture that I drew on a game app. You might see a random video on Kids Closet. You might see random videos of my children. It's whatever I feel like. It's whatever I feel like. So that's what I'm going to post. So have a wonderful day. God bless and take care.